wherever you are when you're watching this. It's currently evening in the UK. It's just after 10 o'clock, and my family sat down to watch Phantom of the Opera tonight. It was fabulous. It was so it's available in the UK for 24 hours, so it'll be off tomorrow night. But for America and other places, it'll be available for 48 hours. How cool is that? And it was the 25-year anniversary production, that the special anniversary production that was performed in the Royal Albert Hall. So it was wonderful. And then there was stuff that happened at the end, which I'm not going to spoil it for you. You need to go and watch it. It was just fabulous. There were some surprises at the end. And my husband is really unfamiliar with Phantom of the Opera, so bless him, he endured it. And my kids sort of liked it. Yeah, they kind of liked it, and they're humming the music now, which is great. I've introduced them to Andrew Lloyd Webber. So yeah. So before we knew we were going to watch it at 7 this evening, and I did around 6 o'clock. I thought, oh, shall I come on and do a YouTube? But I didn't have time, so I've come on and I've pre-cut some bits and pieces because I have an idea for a card. So we're going to be making my Phantom of the Opera inspired card, and the costumes. Oh my goodness! If you've not seen the production, please do go and have a look at it. Even just for the costume inspiration, just amazing. So yeah, if you're into that kind of thing, then I do recommend you go and have a look at that, because it's free to see it for now. Well, for the next 20 hours. So yeah. So welcome everybody, and if you're not a Phantom fan, I'm sorry. Hopefully this will give you some inspiration anyway to perhaps make a bit of a romantic card, a bit of a dramatic one we're going to be making here. Right, hello. I'm going to take my seat. Oh, after the excitement of this evening. Okay, so I've grabbed out Very Versailles and Music from the Heart, which I hope is kind of obvious if you know Phantom of the Opera. We've got the music, we've got the front. Gone ahead and cut out a few things. So from the Birthday Jubilee dies, I've cut out some lace. Now that's something that really struck me about Christine's costume. She's in a lot of white, in a lot of lace. She's supposed to be this kind of like, you know, innocent, virginal kind of girl that the Phantom kind of, you know, teaches how to sing. I don't really know why, because she obviously can sing, but there we go, that's the story. Then I used the dies from, and I've used them recently, Wild Rose dies. So I've cut out some roses and some bits and pieces. So that's some red glimmer paper I've used there. This is some retired foil. I was looking for gold, I couldn't find it, so I just grabbed this. But this is going to be the leaves. Now I do want some gold though. Oh, I know, I've got gold sequins here. So I've got some gold sequins. I might use those. That'll be my bit of gold for my glitzy goldy thing. Then I've already cut out a piece of black cardstock to fit my red card base. So I've got a red card base here and a tiny little narrow border there. And I've also cut a black strip already of glimmer paper. All right, so that's what I've done already. So welcome everybody. Let's have a look who's in here. Hi Deborah, Sheila, Gina, Christine, Anne-Marie, Janice, Vicky, Jeanette. Hi Jeanette, Jackie, Kerry, Faith, Monica. Oh, thank you. Yes, it's our wedding anniversary today. Thank you so much everybody. Thank you for all your great wishes. Oh, you watched it, did you, Kay? Fantastic. Your videos and chats are sure a bright spot to our days of quarantine anxiety. Oh, I'm really pleased to hear that. I try and keep the you-know-what chat to a limit in here. Try not to talk about it too much, so I'm glad that that's working for you. Phantom is yes, let's talk all things Phantom in this episode. Phantom of the Opera was a musical that I used to listen to over and over and over again as a child. Well, as a teenager. On a record I used to borrow from the library, and I used to just keep renewing it. Yeah. Okay, so my idea is to create a lacy kind of border, strip or something, and I'm going to ruffle these up. Then I'm going to have maybe a bit of a black border there, and then I want some flowers and some leaves and things, and then I want to stamp some white imagery in the background. Okay, that's my idea. So, you know, very, you know, black, white and red, great combinations for sort of a dramatic card. Maybe put some musical notes in there as well. You wore out your cassette to the car. I'm not surprised. Yeah, it's one of those things. And who has got favourite songs? You know, in the days where we had cassettes, we'd like listen to like one side and then we'd go forward to another bit. And then like you kind of got to the point where you knew that if you flipped it over at a certain point, you'd get like your other favourite song as well. I did love Tom's card, thank you. Yes, yeah, I did. It's very funny. It's very us. Dear. Yeah. Breaking wind is quite a thing in our house. Tom's been known to play a tune. Hope he's not watching. He might be watching. Oh, the music of the night. Oh, I know. Night time. Darkness. Hide and seek sensation. Right, I can't. Oh, all I ask of you. I know, it's fabulous. I've asked my son's piano teacher if she does singing lessons. And so I've been in contact with her, and she hopefully we'll see if it works doing it over the FaceTime, you know, Messenger, video calling. I don't know what to call it because each company call it their own thing, don't they? Anyway, we're thinking of having some singing lessons with her. And I said to my daughter, so she's going to, you know, me, my daughter, and maybe my son will do it all together. And I said to her, May, the other day, I said, oh, do you like this song? All I ask of you. She said, oh, yes. And I said, oh, maybe we can learn to sing this one. So we might try and learn it. My voice, I mean, I wouldn't be able to get as high as, I probably will do the man's part, actually, but because my voice probably won't get as high as it is in the original. So, but yeah, let's see if we can get our breathing right. Oh, do you? Well, I was messaging Bobby at the time. Bobby's a huge fan of the show, and he's actually seen it a few times. So there we go. Some musical notes. Might pull in a couple of them. Oh, I don't think I've seen Josh Groban sing that. Oh, right, okay. I'm going to have to look that up. Apparently Josh Groban's been singing in his shower. Have you been singing that on YouTube? Josh Groban in the shower. Not, you know, having a shower, just singing in a shower. I think that would be a whole different audience, wouldn't it? Oh, ladies. I say. What? Josh and Kelly Clarkson? Oh. Oh, you went to actually see? Oh, awesome, Deborah. Right, I'm just going to set this aside. I'm actually going to pop it under my light because it's quite warm under my light. Because when you stamp with the Whisper White ink, this is the Stampin' Up! White ink. It's very different to any of the other inks because it has to be a pigment ink, because it has to be able to sit on top of dark cardstock. So it's sticky, therefore it needs a little bit more time to dry. So you do have to, if you can, I've got my heat tool at the side just in case, but you do have to let it dry for a bit. Overnight if possible. That's how sticky it is. So, hi Helga, Hegla. We're talking all things, oh, excuse me, Phantom of the Opera here tonight. Right, I'm just going to try and loosen up this bit of lace that I cut up earlier. And let's get you in a bit closer, guys. There we go. I just thought this was such pretty lace. I'm almost tempted to give it a little bit of a spritz with some water as well, because I want to create a bit of a frill. So I'm going to grab some tear tape, and it probably would benefit me to actually cut a strip so that I can stick it to it. So it's about 1.5 centimetres, or about 1/2 inch there, and I'm going to cut that so it is the same as the piece I have there, which is 5 3/4. Oh, is it already that length? It already is that length. Woohoo! Hubby bought us tickets to see Phantom for Valentine's Day. Oh no! What, this Valentine's, Monica? Ah. So obviously you haven't got to see it if you bought it for this. Gail says, I was at the store where they do quilting. There was this. What? Gail, you're going to have to retype that, lovely. Right, I'm just giving this a little bit, I'm running out of water here, a little bit of a spritz just to soften up the thing. Gail Gibson says, I saw it years ago. I wore a beautiful black velvet evening gown and made my husband wear a suit. Quite right. Absolutely. Oh, you saw it back in 1993 in Sydney. Oh, lovely. Right, so I want to kind of frill this up a bit, or create a bit of a, what's the word, pleat. So I'm just having a quick go with one of them. Sorry, I'm going to have to concentrate for a second, guys. Because I need it to fit over 2 inches, basically. Or 5 centimetres, yeah, that'll do. Because I need that one to fit over the top, and then that one over the top again. He wasn't happy. Was he not very comfortable in it? Were there other people dressed up as well, Gina? Hi, sorry, hi Navarana. I just saw that you came on. Yes, thank you. We really didn't do anything super crazy. We did all go out for a walk this afternoon. At last, we haven't actually been out for a walk as a whole family pretty much since lockdown. So I had to take some crafty bits to a friend of mine who's got 4 children at her house, and she wants to try and get them off the screens. So I put together a couple of bags of craft bits and toys and things for them. And so we had to do our exercise. So we're allowed to go out. In Wales, we're allowed to go out once a day for exercise. And you're allowed to go out with your family unit, or your house unit, as it were. So we went on our walk in her direction and knocked on her door, and then left the stuff and backed off. So we went out for a walk, which was lovely, actually. The kids were crazy, like being really silly, which was really funny. It was like, because they're just at an age where they all get on with each other and stuff. So we walked through a bit of woods as well, which was nice. So. Okay, that's one done, one frill, and I think it's probably easier to manipulate the paper a little bit before you stick it down, because otherwise it gets all a bit faffy really here. There was a sample of a quilt that had music bar notes quilted on it. I asked what it was, and it was a new notes from The Sound of Music. Oh, that is fabulous. I love The Sound of Music. It's one of my favourite films. Favourite musicals. Yeah, and I baked this morning. I made some lemon and raspberry muffins because I still got this huge vat of yoghurt that needs using up. So I looked up in my Nigella recipe book. I've used an awful lot of Nigella Lawson recipes recently, and I think it just goes to show how simple and tasty they are. She really has like cornered that market of just like simplicity, you know, just chuck it in a bowl, mix it up type thing. They're not too complicated. So I did lemon and raspberry muffins. I bought loads of frozen fruit the other day because the kids quite like making smoothies. So I just chucked these frozen raspberries, and my daughter really liked it. She was like, "Oh, mummy, I like this." So that's great. One of your 5 a day, a bit of fruit in your muffin. Yeah, so I baked that, and then I found another Nigella recipe was chocolate cake but with sour cream, and of course you can substitute sour cream for yogurt, well, you know, proper yogurt. So I did, and it worked out all right. And then I made my own sort of like cream filling. I had some double cream, so I whipped that. Well, I got the kids to whip it up actually. They all took a turn whipping this cream up, and then I put in some icing sugar. Well, I think you guys in America call it a confectioner's sugar. And then I put some cocoa in it, some, you know, cocoa powder. And then I put in a little bit of vanilla and then whipped that all up and then had that in between the layers of the chocolate cake. Right, so here are my little red flowers. Now, I did sort of envisage more of a rose-looking flower, so I'm going to just have a go and see if we can make a bit more of a rose from this die cut. And I'm just going to cut a spiral into it. Oh, I should have plugged in my heat tool, my heat gun. Hold on a second, I better do that, hadn't I? So Jenny's just come in. Hi Jenny, nice to see you. I'm going to unplug my heat gun, plug in my heat, no, I get muddled up. My heat tool and my heat gun. Right. I'm getting confused with all these plugs here now. Right. Stick that out of the way, don't need that one. Right, let's see if this will work. Where are my pliers? That's it. Glue gun, heat tool. That's it. My granddaughter loves the cake in a mug done in a microwave. Oh, cool. We don't have a microwave. I know people are shocked when they hear me say that, but we don't have one. And I've kind of lived without it all these years. It would just take up too much room in my kitchen, I think. I've got to have space for my coffee machine. Thank you, Jenny. Yes, I did. Didn't do anything too grand, but we watched Phantom of the Opera, though. Yes. Night time darkens. Oh, I like that. That's better. And I could put that on top of there. And I could put that on top of there. Oh, that's so much nicer, isn't it? Look at that. And I think I might put that. Oh, I forgot about the glimmer as well. Oh, and if any of you in the UK who's watched Have I Got News for You tonight? Did anyone watch Have I Got News for You? My friend was on it. A friend of mine who lives in my town was on it. Did you just catch a glimpse of him? And for you New Zealanders, actually, you might have seen him on the New Zealand news because, oh, this is so funny. Is anyone from New Zealand in here now? Well, I'm just waiting for my heat thing to heat up. Hi, Esther. All right, so while we're waiting for my heat tool to heat up, and also my my heat tool to heat up, I'm just going to make a quick announcement about the cards that I'm going to be sending to people in the UK. So I've got all the nominations, and I've decided that I'm going to post everybody a card that was nominated. So I need, there are certain people who need to send me information. So if you're watching this and you nominated somebody, but you didn't name them, and you need to send me details. Now, Jenny McCormack, you were nominated, so can you send me your address? Tracy was nominated, but I have her address. Wendy March, if you're watching this, please send me your address. Esther got nominated. I've already obviously got her address. My other sister Helen got nominated. I've got her. Well, I will get her address. Martina, if you're watching. Oh, she's come on. Yeah, I'm late. I'm very, very late. Martina, can you send me the name and address of the person you want me to send your card to? Kay, I already have her address. Eileen, who nominated her daughter, can you send me a message and address? Levine, can you please send me your mum's address? Gail, now Gail Turpin, if you're watching, otherwise I will contact you myself. I need your address. And Jill Goody, I need her address. So can everybody who nominated somebody who I don't personally know, can you please message me? Oh, Jenny McCormack can message Wendy. Oh, thank you. That's fine. Where's your late note? Where's your late note? Yes. Where have you been, Martina? Have you got a late note? Do you know what I mean? Do you know what we mean by that? I think she does, because she used to work in a school. Right, so let's stick a bit of glue. So I'm just going to use this tear tape stuff because it's nice and strong, and it's here and it's not too messy. We're just going to stick this on the back. All I want is freedom, a day with no more night. Oh, it was fabulous, wasn't it? Well, and the funny thing was, my kids, when they started watching it, when the Phantom first came on, they were like, "Ooh, hasn't he got funny lips?" Like, "Ooh, can't concentrate because of his lips." And I was like, "That's because like he's got scars under his mask." And they were, "What, in real life?" I was like, "No, it's a character." Oh dear, they were so funny. No spoilers. I've not seen it and I don't know the story. I know, Esther, you and me both. We, like Esther and I, we grew up listening to the soundtrack, kind of guessed the plot. Then I read the translation, the English translation of the novel that it's based on. So I knew roughly, well, I knew then roughly the original story, which of course is not really like the musical. The musical's made it a little bit more show busy, hasn't it? So, and then I watched the film version. I have seen the film version of the musical. Now, have I seen, is there a film version that's just like the story? I can't remember. Anyway, so so Esther, when are you planning to watch it? Actually, I was really pleasantly surprised that the kids actually sat and watched most of it. Some of them had earphones in and was watching YouTube at the same time, but you know, they engaged for a bit of it, you know. I started, but someone came on live. Who came on live? Oh, I see, me. My iPhone microphone went kaput, so go. When you were on Zoom, I picked up the wrong iPad, so you couldn't hear me. Oh, got you, Vanessa. Oh, that's a shame. Maybe we'll do a Zoom soon. No, they didn't cook brekkie, Christine. No. Never mind. It's all right. Oh, Esther. See, I've just read what Esther's written. Esther thought Memory, the song Memories, came from Phantom. No, Esther. It's from Cats. Oh, bless. Oh, wow. Okay, so who here has actually seen it? There's quite a few of you, isn't there? Oh, yes, Denise is doing a Zoom, isn't she? Fab. Enjoy. Right, I just popped that extra note there because I've hidden that one. Right, let's see if my glue is... Oh, it's getting there, it's getting there. Stick that aside for a second. Right. I think it needs a little bit of something. I don't know whether to go for a darker red around the edge of here or white. What do you think? Yes, who's actually seen it on stage? What? Michael Crawford lives in New Zealand. How cool. So he's gone over there. Darker red, says Deborah. Oh, have you, Gina? That's interesting. Say you love me every night. Oh, that's got orange on it. Don't want orange, do we? Oh, Christine's seen it in London. Fabulous. So who played the Phantom and Christine in the production you saw, Christine? Me too, Kate. Yep. Say you love me. No, I do. Love you. That's all I ask of. Oh, I can't hit that note. I'm not warmed up. Okay, right. So that's nice and got a bit of extra colour on there. I'm wondering whether I can go a bit darker. This was real red on top of Poppy Parade. But I think it could probably take a bit of cherry cobbler. What do you think, guys? What do you think? You suggested black. I think that might be a little bit too dark. Let's try a bit of cherry. Let me be your shelter. Let me be your night. Oh, it's lovely. It is lovely. And oh no, I'm not. I was going to say something then, but if you've not seen it, I don't want to spoil it. There was a bit where, I won't say what bit, but there was a bit, you know, towards the end, my kids went, no. They couldn't believe it. They were like, no. Please don't spoil it. Don't try and guess. I'm sure those of you who've seen it will know. But Esther hasn't seen it, so and there's probably a few people who have not seen it yet. So, but yeah, if you want to enjoy, so obviously the staging was different. I did have a quick chat to Bobby about the staging, and he said obviously the staging is different because it was filmed at the Royal Albert Hall, and the Royal Albert Hall isn't really a theatre. Well, it isn't a theatre, full stop. It's designed more for concerts. So they used a lot of the, you know, those fabulous great big LCD screen technology with, yeah, stuff. He moved to be near his daughter in New Zealand, family in Australia. Oh, wow. Oh, that's lovely. Oh, he's always struck me as such a lovely man. Oh, from his old Some Mothers Do Have 'Em days. Oh, I'm a failure. I'm a failure. You'll have to look that up, people, to figure out what I'm going on about. Right, so let's pop that on there. Let's get all these layers on, shall we? Let's spare no expense for the phantom. Get these all on. Oh, I think I might even have a spare bit of glue, enough glue to get that one on as well, because it's all kind of blobbing out. And I'm just going to get another glue stick. Whoop. Because I'm starting to run out here. Oh no, what am I doing? I'm not doing that properly. Ah! Right, I need to stick this first. So, if you've never made one of these spiral flowers before, I'll just go over it again with you. I haven't seen it, but Brian saw it in Perth years ago when Michael Crawford was in it. Oh, that is super special, Vicky, to actually see. You saw Billy Elliot the same weekend, Christine. Wow, that's quite a weekend in the West End. Okay, so I've cut a spiral into there. Then I've rolled up this flower like this. Twiddle, 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 twiddle. Marilyn saw it as well. Oh, exciting. You think you need this music set now, do you? Well, after seeing me use it for my phantom card. Right, there we go. And then I'm just going to pop some glue on this bit here. Where's my silicone mat, actually? This is where your silicone mat comes in handy, because you can pop that onto... Ooh, come on. Pop that onto there like that. And it doesn't matter if the glue then sort of squishes out at all. Try not to touch the glue, obviously, because it's hot. I don't want anybody suing me for damages. Ruth made me make a hot glue rose and now I've burnt my fingers. Frank Spencer had family in Australia too. Did he? You know, it's been ages since I've watched Some Mothers Do Have 'Em. Hi, Christine. Only just caught you. Watch rest. Okay, Christine. Take care. My mum, sister and I saw it in Toronto along with Miss Saigon. Oh my gosh, I love Miss Saigon. I went as a teenager and that really got me into like theatre, and I was just like, wow. It was amazing. Hello, Miss Carolina. How are you? So everybody, this is my school friend. Would you believe? My friend from school. I've known her since I was like 11. Oh my days, that's 11, 21, 31. I've known Carolina for 32 years. She needs a special hello, everybody. Please welcome Carolina into the live. Right. Did you watch Phantom, Carolina? We're discussing Phantom of the Opera at the moment. You and your sisters are always crafting. Oh. Oh, Miss Saigon has some beautiful songs in it. Really beautiful songs. My dad I think he bought me tickets for my birthday. Carolina, did you come and watch Miss Saigon with us? I can't remember. I remember going with some friends. but I can't. Yeah, I can't remember who. We went to see Aspects of Love. I think Carolina came with me to see that because my dad got us tickets. Hi, Levine. Levine, I need you to send me your mum's address. Right, so I was going to pop these leaves under here like this. Oh, that's so funny. And the lady who told him to do that, sorry, I'm just reading Vanessa's comment about Tom making the card yesterday. It's a lady from our like sister church, Sharon. So it must have like really surprised him to see somebody he knew watching. Actually, he knows her in real life. And that was just so funny. I was actually watching upstairs. But I didn't watch all of it. I just watched maybe 3/4 of it. And so I laughed when I saw Sharon come on and tell him to get on with it. It was funny. Because I shared it on Facebook, you see, so people were watching. And people have watched it since. They thought it's hilarious. Okay, so I've got to get these leaves in place. So I want those there and there. Okay, I'm going to hold those there because I know I want them there. So I'm just going to lift the stems up like that. Yeah. Hello, Miss Jenny. Thank you, darling. Okay, so I'm just going to pop this stem back into the glue there. And I'm just using my tweezers because I don't really want to stick my finger in the hot glue. Okay, that's that. Oh, Les Miserables. Yeah, I still haven't brought myself to watch the musical yet because I know I'm going to cry my way through it, so I need to be in the right mood to watch it. Oh, thank you, Monica. Yeah, we had a pretty normal day, to be honest, guys, but we did go out for a walk with the family, so that was nice. And then we watched Phantom, of course, which was the highlight. Oh dear, I think it was quite a highlight for my husband. He wasn't that enamoured with it. I do love the music of Les Mis. And a friend of mine was in the BBC version. Oh, he did a marvellous job. He was awesome. Thank you, Carolina. So good to see you, honey. So, Jenny, have you just got on? Right, so I do want some gold in here because I haven't, technically these leaves aren't gold. These are more of like a pinky. Ah, right, so Jenny, Carolina Sanchez is one of my school friends. I've known her for 30 years. I've known Jenny for 20 years. Over 20 years. Well, no, in fact, 21 years I've known Jenny. Jenny B. Right, now, where do I put these gold? Should I just sort of like drop them on and then wherever they fall, that's where they're going to be? 33 years. Well, I'm not going to say his name out loud on here, but he played, you can figure it for yourself. He played Javert in the BBC version. Right. And there's a scene at the end. Who watched the BBC versions? The BBC version of Les Mis. There's this amazing speech at the end Javert gives, and he had me absolutely riveted. That was amazing. Yes, you are. You just had your birthday. Well, your birthday was in January, wasn't it, Carolina? Mine's coming up. I'm going to be 44 this year. Oh, that feels a bit scary. Greg and I worked in the same office and got the same train. I used to wait on the station so I could catch the same train. He watched me get on the wrong train, so it took me 1.5 hours to get home. Oh, Vanessa. That's so sweet. Oh, you've only seen it. Oh, okay, Gina. I think it was available in the States, the BBC version. It's a really recent version. Christine. Javert. 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 It's the main, one of the main characters. He's not very nice. Right, so I'm just sticking these on with a bit of Tombow and using my trusted tweezers because these little sequins can be quite pesky. Come on, stay. No, see, look, don't stay. It doesn't help that these little gold sequins are quite curved. So I'm not really sure what the best thing to use for these are, really. Oh, Vanessa. Oh, I say. Scandalous. I'm just going to see if I can get my fine tip glue out. Right, I'm just going to see if I can get a blob of the fine tip glue and blob it just by these sequins. Whoop, blob, come on. And see if that will help it stick better. Because the sort of, the little gold sequins are like, almost, like I said, like a cup really. So it will hold the glue. Glue dots would work. Ah, okay. I just thought they would be too big. Okay, let's try that then. Do you cut them in half or just like roll them up a bit? Ooh, I'm losing them. Oh, I'm going to leave that because I don't want to touch that. If you fold them in half. Ooh. Right, where are my glue dots? Right, let's do this, people. So if we fold that in half. Oh, let's see if this will work. Yep. Try and find a flat area on my lace for that. Very nice, it works, yes. Now I'm wondering for these little what's it ones, whether or not I need to sort of fold it in quarters almost. So who's 5 years married? Oh, that's lovely. Well, Carolina was at my wedding, weren't you, darling? Right, do we need a few more little gold sequins? What do you think? Yeah, it's definitely working. Let's see if it will stick to the black glimmer paper. I'll tell you what, if it sticks to the black glimmer paper, I'm going to be very impressed, because, oh, it does, because it's quite rough textured. Good, Jenny. Night night. Sleep well. Lots of love. I've put the thing in the post for you today, but I don't think it'll probably get to you until about Tuesday. Maybe Monday it'll get to you, but we'll see. 50th. Ooh. And Jeanette as well. Sorry, who's making bunnies? Oh, thank you, Carolina. I've still got it rolled up in a box. My wedding dress. Actually, I tell you what, Carolina and I have a mutual friend who lives in London. And Carolina, last time they came up to visit, their eldest daughter, tried on my wedding dress and it fit her absolutely perfectly. Don't fit me anymore, unfortunately. You're welcome, Jen. Night night, lovely. What's Vanessa saying about bunnies? Oh, hi, Wendy. Yes, I need your address, please. Right, so I think we're done. Just got to stick that on there. Oh, let's draw you out a bit more. There we go. Guess I put some red ones on the. No, that'd be overkill. I was going to say maybe I should do some red ones on the rose. Sticking to me now. Thank you, Wendy. Yeah, you were nominated to receive a card from me, so I'm going to be sending you one. No, I'll leave those off, I think. Thank you, everybody. Well, I just wanted to do this to show you that inspiration can come from all sorts of places, and how you can pare down the kind of essential aspects of something, and then you can recreate it on a card. So I literally just Googled Phantom of the Opera, got the images up on Google, and obviously there's lots of black. There's usually a red rose featured. There's usually Christine in a white dress, and the wording is usually in white. So if you wanted to do some big words on a card, then I would just recommend you do them in white and in capital letters, because that's how it is on the poster. But then I noticed when I was watching that production, then there was this really clever bit where the Phantom writes letters, doesn't he, to people, and the script was coming up on the screen. So I thought, great, I'll use Versailles. So this is really just to kind of show you how you can be inspired by the aesthetics of a play, of a film, of a whatever, really, a magazine, a book, and you can sort of break those down. No, I haven't done that, Cindy. No, there's no mask. I haven't gone that far. But that you can be inspired by something and not necessarily have to put every single aspect, like a mask or whatever, on the card, but you can just give a hint of of different aspects of it. So there we go. I kept my figure the same as when you were 17 until I was 56. Wow, that is pretty impressive. Why do we end up with 3 verandas down the front once we hit 55? Oh, don't say that. I've already got a couple. Does that mean I get 3 more, or does that just mean I'm like 2 on the way to 3, Vanessa? Oh, thank you, Linda. Oh, you're very welcome. Oh, there's some nice little white ones here. There's a costume that Christine wears in the Christine Daae of the Phantom of the Opera. There was a couple of costumes that I thought were ever so pretty that I'd like to make some cards inspired by. There's a lovely sort of minty green one that she wears, and it's more like it's a cape that she wears that's got ruffles on it, and then pink dress underneath. So, and then there was another one that she wore that was really gorgeous blue. So I could probably do with sitting and re-watching the show and just jotting down or sketching some ideas for another future card, really. So 3 is my target. Thank you. Don't brush, Vanessa, let the veranda sleep. Thank you, Kerry. I could envision white torn paper. Oh, yes. Yes, you could do that. The horse pony in Let It Ride reminds me of the book Moorland Mousy, a childhood favourite. Ah, there we go. That's good. Right, are there any other questions? Vanessa says, I want to see my feet again. How did we get onto this, eh? Right. Oh, hi, Denise. Sorry, I just saw you. Right, is there any other questions? Please, if I've missed a comment, now's your time to tell me, because I may have missed things. I so want to hear more about Vanessa and how she met her husband, but that might have to wait till another night. Ah, Carolina, it was Aspects of Love. Well, yes, we went to see Aspects of Love. Yeah, my dad bought us tickets for my birthday. You can hold in 1 but not 3. Oh yes, thanks Esther. Subscribe, like and share. Please give me a thumbs up if you like this card. And if you enjoyed this tutorial, please subscribe to the rest of my channel. Join the Artful Stampin Club by pressing that bell button and you'll get notified so that you can come back on and be notified of when I go live again. And welcome to anybody that's brand new to my channel. It's great to have you on board. And if you would like to purchase any of the products that you've seen me use tonight, apart from this foil paper, because that's not available anymore, please do contact me at ruthtrice@gmail.com, or just click on the links below. They take you straight to my online shop. Well, they should do. If they don't, let me know because I need to change them. And but certainly if you go to artfulstampin.co.uk, there are links there. Now that is coming off. I'm not happy about that. I'm going to stick some hot glue under there because I think because of all the layers it can't cope. Alright, let's get that stuck down. Yes, so you've been watching another episode of The Ruth Show. Yes, Carolina's very good at dancing. She does a lot of salsa dancing. It's very energetic. I was dancing in my kitchen earlier too. If you like a bit of dance music, Fatboy Slim did a thing. So I'm probably talking completely to the wrong generation here. But anyway, if you watch me and you do like Fatboy Slim, on Facebook, if you follow him, his daughter and he did a set. It's about an hour long. And it's some really good mixing. Really good. I was really enjoying it. So I watched that. Oh, Martina, thank you. For my birthday, actually, I am going to be setting up a little donation thing for Potter's House, the charity that I support in Kenya, because although COVID-19 hasn't quite reached where the organisation works, the effects of it have affected the country of Kenya a lot already, because the Kenyan government have now issued curfews and have said things like you've got to go out wearing a mask. Now, people who are poor, who can't afford the food that they eat every day, can't really afford masks. So the organisation that I support are trying to make sure that people are getting masks so that they won't get into trouble with the police, because the police, unfortunately, are being, some of the police are being very heavy-handed, and there have actually been some deaths due to police handling. So the organisation also has a stock of, have been buying food and soap ready for when things get bad. And I'd like to just make sure that they do have what they need. So on Facebook, I will be setting up a donate button thing, and share it with anybody. Not that you have to, but if you were so inclined, then please donate some money to my chosen charity. Love the video. Fat Boy Slim, weapon of choice with Christopher Walken. So good. Oh, I'm going to have to look that up, Linda. I didn't know you were a Fat Boy Slim fan. When Greg goes to sleep, you could put some googly eyes on his eye. Go for it, Vanessa. I'd love to see a photo, please. Yeah. Yeah, Christopher Walken is very funny. He's just like... He's just a good sport. You know. Yeah, Christine. If you get the Barnabas emails, there was some really tragic stuff on there. Yeah, and or even heard a story of they beat a guy up because he was out after curfew, because this guy was helping get a lady who was pregnant. I think she may, I don't know if she was in labour, but she was certainly pregnant, to hospital, and the police beat him up, and then he died later on of his injuries. Just like, no. So, there we go. Christopher Walken started out as a dancer. I did not know that. Right, Fatboy Slim and Christopher Walken. I will look that up. Right, it is terrible, Carolina. So we'll just try and do our bit. Like, just even £2 will go so far to buying like food. Like, that will buy enough food for someone for a day, you know, in Kenya. So thank you so much for joining me. Love it. I really love it. I love the contrasts of the black and the white. And I also like all this lovely detail of the lace and obviously the vintage, you know, and the piano, the music and everything in the background. So there we go. Right. Lots of love to you all. Thank you so much for your support, especially the last few days where I've been on extra. I know I've been on quite a lot, but I might come back tomorrow. We'll see what we get up to. All right, lots of love. Take care for now. Bye.